Well, you know, if there's one thing that's true about this show, it's that we have met hundreds, if not thousands, of remarkable people. And it was almost a year ago when we decided to branch out even further and get to know the mayors of this great peninsula.
Here, however, is the thing on Delmarva Life: we don't do politics. So, how do we get to know the people who lead our great towns without bringing up all the political hubbub? We draw the line in this segment known as Your Town. In the spotlight today, Bethany Beach Mayor Jack Gordon. Thank you so much for coming in to join us today.
Thank you for being here.
Wonderful. Okay, let me start simple from the beginning. What brought you to Bethany Beach?
What brought me to Bethany Beach? I lived in the Washington, D.C. area for my working life a long time, and we would come down to the beach. I'm from California originally, and so I'm used to the beaches. And so where do you come when you go to the beach from Washington? You go to Delmarva, actually Rehoboth or Bethany Beach. So that's what brought me down here initially, and ended up buying a house down here in 1990. And decided to retire down here because it's such a great place to be.
Wow. Yeah. So what is it that you love the best about the town you serve?
The best about the town I serve is that it's near the beach. There are a lot of outside activities. My wife and I are oriented towards being outside, whether it's kayaking or beaching or walking, doing anything. We like the outside, and we figure that's our part of culture down here is the exposure to the outside.
Okay, so you mentioned your wife. Tell us about your family.
Family, we have 6 kids between us. We have 8 grandchildren. They're dispersed Sackett's Harbor, New York, Portland, Maine, Fort Atkins, Wisconsin, and Manhattan Beach, California. So we're they're
all over the place.
Spread all over the place.
Yeah, wonderful, beautiful family. Okay, one thing that you're passionate about is Operation Seize the Day.
That is something that it's funny, the town got involved with it, but it's not really a town function. Operation Seize the Day was started by 3 people about 5 years ago, and they were citizens who like to do things for wounded warrior type veterans. And so they started a program whereby they would get houses for the families of disabled veterans to come down to the beach and spend almost a whole week at the beach at these houses. So they'd come down with their families. They have 25 houses, and it's amazing how the whole community's gotten involved in this whole thing. So there are the people that give the houses, there are the restaurants that give free meals, there are the businesses that contribute.
Is that what we're looking at here?
What you're seeing there are some of the veterans giving me a commemorative document that was signed by everyone who came down, and this was about 2.5, 3 years ago. And all of them signed, and all of them put down their appreciation for being a part of this whole thing in Bethany Beach. And we do what we can as a town to support them in their activity. And it's very special. The governor comes down for a picnic they have in the middle of the week. They can go out fishing. They can go out just boating. They learn how to paddle surf, paddle boards, and just all kinds of activities, plus the beach, that the families can do as much as they want. And we have a parade at the end of it that goes from the Bethany Beach area over to the Freeman Stage, and the Freeman Stage performance is done basically for the wounded warriors.
That's nice.
It's really great.
Okay, so you've mentioned a lot of stuff about outside. What do you do when you're not mayoring?
When I'm not mayoring, in the summer I'll be at the beach, or we'll be out on kayaks, or we'll just be walking. I can't call it hiking, but we do a lot of walking. And just that kind of activity. Do a lot of reading on the beach. So,
and speaking of reading, you volunteer at the library, the South Coastal Library.
Actually, I volunteer as a result of my wife being active.
You were voluntold, is what you're saying.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. But no, I enjoy it, and I get involved, and she's been very involved over the past few years. She has recently cut back on her activities with the house tour, which is another thing that Bethany does. does, whereby each summer for 2 days you tour 10 houses in the Bethany and the greater area down there.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So it's a good program the library has.
So we ask all our mayors, what keeps you up at night?
And I'll say sand.
Sand.
Sand, because of the fact our beach took a big hit even just 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We lost, well, starting back, we got replenished in 2013 after Sandy came through. We lost a lot of beach. Then in 2015, we got well, 2013 we were replenished, 2015 we got hit again.
Right.
And so just recently our dune is cut to about half of what it was. So we built stairways down, and the beach is still good, but it's not good in the way that it protects the town and the boardwalk and all. So we're due to get replenished this year through the Army Corps of Engineers, and what keeps me up is they haven't been funded for it yet.
Oh.
So we are all very worried about whether we'll get the funding, whether we'll get our dunes back and replenished this year, so that the beach can continue to be as beautiful as
Gotta
it
have your
is.
sand.
It is a beautiful beach. Okay, so, you know, we're not going to cross over into politics, but we do want to hear a story, a funny story about being a mayor of Bethany Beach.
Uh-oh, we thought of one.
He's got one.
You really caught me. I haven't thought of a funny
Oh,
story.
okay.
Oh, I thought
it's,
maybe you
one came to mind.
No.
So they're all pretty typical, is what you're saying?
I'd say everything goes along in sort of the standard way, and
Yeah.
that might be the funniest part of it.
Well, hey, that's okay. All right. Well, Mayor Gordon, it's definitely been a pleasure to meet you and talk to you on the couches, but we're not
Yes.
done with you yet.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
You play cornhole?
I watched them play on the beach. I haven't done it in probably 20 years.
Okay.
So you
might
have
have
an
a chance.
advantage.
We might have a
over me.
chance.
We
We're
might
going to
have a
do that. But before that, we need your help because we're doing Search for Stryker,
Okay.
where he is somewhere on Delmarva, and he's going to give us a clue about where he is. And let's see if you think where he might be.
Yeah, guys, well, I'm happy I didn't choose to go to Bethany today because the mayor would have known that and the game would have been over. All right, so I want you to take a look at this picture. This is just one of the 37 stops on this town's historic walking tour. Think about it. I know it doesn't really help much, but that's all right because I still have 2 more clues coming up.
Historic walking tour, one of 37 stops.
Georgetown.
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 Okay. Mayor Gordon. Georgetown. All right. So that was fun.
That was fun.
That was fun. Okay. Up
All
next on
right.
Delmarva Life, like we said, we're going to step into the cornhole competition version of the show. You think you can handle the heat?
I certainly can.
He's gonna
It's-
try.
It's a little chilly out there.
So we'll be looking for heat.